Gospel and Homily for the 11th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year A. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. When Jesus saw the crowds, he felt sorry for them, because they were harassed and dejected like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is rich, but the laborers are few, so ask the Lord of the harvest to send laborers to his harvest." He summoned his 12 disciples, and he gave them authority over unclean spirits, with power to cast them out and to cure all kinds of diseases and sickness. These are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, who is called Peter, and his brother Andrew; James, the son of Zebedee, and his brother John; Philip and Bartholomew; Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector; James, the son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus; Simon the Zealot; and Judas Iscariot, the one who was to betray him. These 12 Jesus sent out, instructing them as follows: "Do not turn your steps to pagan territory, and do not enter any Samaritan town. Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, proclaim that the kingdom of heaven is close at hand. Cure the sick, raise the dead, cleanse the lepers, cast out devils. You received without charge, give without charge." The Gospel of the Lord. A rather pompous landowner met a local farmer one morning, and he said to him, "Why, Brown, you're getting quite bent. Why don't you stand up straight like me?" In reply, Farmer Brown said, "Do you see that field of corn over there? You'll notice that the full heads hang down and the empty ones stand up like yours." So, as we've just heard, pompous people often make others feel small and dejected if they let them. It was mostly ordinary people who followed Jesus, not those pompous high-up ones. The leaders kept their distance from the unlettered masses and were suspicious of Jesus for fraternizing with them. These ordinary folk had no one to guide them spiritually. That is why Jesus said they were harassed and dejected like sheep without a shepherd. The Jewish leaders were control fanatics who wanted the people to only look up to them, even though they had nothing to offer of any value. Much to their annoyance, these unpretentious folk were increasingly turning to Jesus. He performed miracles on their behalf, and he told them that they were important in God's eyes and that they had no need to feel harassed or dejected. So, Jesus sent the apostles into the vast harvest of unlettered people with the same reassuring message. In Jesus, the apostles could see at first hand God's compassion in action, his kindness to sinners, his healing of the sick, his feeding of the multitude, his patience with the apostles themselves. Even though he reproved them on a number of occasions for their lack of faith, you never find Jesus making them feel dejected or depressed. It is also interesting to note that Jesus never fired any of his apostles, not even Judas, whom he knew was plotting behind his back. At the Last Supper, he never called out Judas for being a traitor. He never embarrassed him by mentioning his name even. The other apostles were at a loss as to whom Jesus was referring to when he said, "One of you is about to betray me." Like the people in Jesus' time, ordinary people today can also feel dejected and harassed. When we are not taken seriously, when we rarely hear words of encouragement or affirmation, when we feel excluded, When others keep reminding us of our mistakes, dejection can easily set in and cast a dark shadow over our lives. If our children are cosseted too much or are given material things in exchange for real love, or are deprived of emotional intimacy with the parents or the siblings, or are poorly served in the spiritual domain, we might be unwittingly sowing the seeds of dejection when these same children have to face difficult challenges later on in their lives. They won't be able to deal with the hard knocks. We reap what we sow. As people of faith, let us be God's instruments in bringing light and hope to people's lives, especially those who need it the most. The apostles were sent out on a mission to expel the demons of demoralization from people's hearts. As present-day apostles and disciples, that too must be top of our agenda. Only then will we reap the harvest for eternal life for the Lord. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you all.